Hey, hello guys, it's Alex Zablov, and today I want to show you my last update of the game I have been developing for a long time. And mainly it's the sound of the car, so listen to it just a little bit. Now I have the sound of tires, I have the sound of brakes, and I have the sound of the engine as well, as you can hear. Also, I have added the siren of the police lamp. Yeah, here it is how it looks. I've added a lot of different buildings. They are all made by me in Blender and designed by me as well. And the last thing about the design is the neon lights. Let's take a look closer and you'll see. You know, I can switch between day and night now. And let's take a look at the neon lights, neon signs, signboards. Here they are. Do they look cool? Let me know, guys, in the comments, please. Yeah, I separately can turn on and off the headlights and the siren. For example, I can turn off the headlights. And here are the signboards. They are holograms. Yeah, I can get out of the car and let's take closer. Yeah, I believe it looks cool. Let me know if so. And what else, guys? I just want to show you quickly how I made it because it's probably can be interesting for some people. First of all, if you want to do something similar, keep in mind that it's always better to store them as a single static mesh actor. So they are a single static mesh actor. They are not separate because when I merge them into one single actor, now they make less quantity of draw calls. Only one single draw calls. And also only one material, so it's very important for good performance to have everything simple as possible into one single object and one single material. But you should keep balance. For example, we can't merge everything into one single object because we want to have cool distance, you know, but it's not cooling, it's max draw distance. So we want to have the max draw distance. For example, it's also very important for performance. Yeah, it will work in the game probably. Let's try to simulate. I don't know exactly why it doesn't work. Let me check, guys. I wanted to show you how to make good performance. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't go as it planned. Yeah, you see, there is no signboards when I start the game. There is no signboards because of the desired max draw distance. What I wanted to say, look, they're going to disappear. Yeah, you see, it's very important for performance. You can't join everything into one single object. You should keep them separate as possible. Meanwhile, you should unite them as possible. So there should be a balance. Yeah, for example, now I have one object, and here I have another object, and there I have the third object. And now this desired max draw distance will work properly. If I come closer to each single object, it will show on. Of course, I should correct the draw distance to make it more realistic. Probably 10,000 or maybe even a bigger number. So I think I have explained the main principle. However, the second important thing is that you should make loads. For example, here, take a look. Now I have LOD number 0 and it has 95,000 of triangles. And if I go a little bit far from the object, it switched to LOD1, and now it's much a lesser quantity of the triangles, you see. Yeah, so it's kind of important, because especially if you build an open world environment, it's highly important. And the same logic I have everywhere in all buildings. For example, this building is very detailed. Take a look how many polygons are in this building. And let's open it up, and you'll see that I have here like 7 million triangles, and if I go a little bit far away from it, it switched to only 2 millions, 1,800,000. And then I have the third load. Take a look, and it's only 700 triangles. So we go from 7 million triangles to 700, and thanks to this approach, I have pretty big amount of FPS. And if you want to do something similar, of course you should stick with this approach and to make loads everywhere. Or also you can use Nanite, but I don't know, in my case it doesn't work everywhere smoothly. For some reason I prefer LODs at the moment. Yeah. And what else, guys? Let me show you something else about optimization, probably, because now I have dive deep into optimization, and I know probably pretty much about it. So, for example, here I have the frames of the windows. You know, each building has frames for better detalization. You see, but each frame has like again millions of triangles, and it's pretty difficult to make loads for it, because it's simple already, you know. And what you can do, first of all, you should turn off probably the collision, because in my case, yeah, I should turn off them, because in my case my character will collide with glass, with simple glass, not the frames. And the second thing that I have here, the desired max draw distance, as I explained to you, and it just disappears on the distance, and it makes the performance much better with this vanishing. Alright, what else? That's probably it, you know. You should also turn off tick everywhere where it's possible. Turn off the tick, for example, you have like this blueprint. Let's open it up, and you see here in the details panel you can find tick enable, and here start with tick enable. You should disable it because it will increase performance. If you have a lot of actors with enabled tick, it will consume your performance piece by piece, and eventually the games will start to be slow because of that. And what else? Let me think. I have the highest graphic at the moment. The path tracing is on. Probably not path tracing. I mean RTX. Ray tracing, actually. Ray tracing is on. And I have high quality reflections, ray tracing, shadows, because I'm aimed to the AAA graphics. I hope I'll manage to do something like that. That's why I very care about optimization in general. Yeah, that's probably it. Let's quickly drive the car one more time. I have here another car. Let's quickly drive around the city. This car is very steady. I can jump from different heights. Oh no, I actually can't. It's, probably there is a problem with collisions, something here. I'll fix that. Okay. We catch the bug. All right, that's okay. Another cool stuff is my quick advice for you guys. For example, here I have the play controller. It's a little bit mess here. I just should remove everything from here and compile. A very important detail is that you should keep everything in blueprint components. Don't store all logic into your main blueprint. Store all logic into blueprint components. And for example, in the third person character, I have all logic again into blueprint components. This is camera settings, blueprint component, dialogues, interaction, inventory, missions, money, vehicle character. Blueprint for vehicle in the character actor, in the character class. So yeah. And then, for example, you open the blueprint component, and here you should store everything into functions as well. It will help you to manage the large scale project, and also it will help to make everything modular, and then you can grab any component and install it into another game if you want. So yeah, that's my advice, especially for beginners who like to put all logic into one blueprint. That's not the right approach. Much better approach is to store all functions separately, and you should not make duplicates. If you see that some piece of code is repeating over and over again in your blueprint, just make a function and then reuse that function. That's also a very good approach for large scale projects. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.